Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh here with Take 'em TV, and today we are going to be building and setting our Guide Gear 6-foot tower in place here on our private ground. So if you guys want to go ahead, watch this video all the way through. It's kind of a build video, but it's also me coming out here and placing my blind out on my food plot. So overall, I'm extremely impressed with the quality of the Guide Gear 6-foot tower. For $400, if you guys are an inside member at Sportsman's Guide, it is an incredible deal. We'll leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video for future content. Thank you. Good morning. Today, like I said in the intro, we are going to be doing our Guide Gear 6-foot tower blind. I mean, that's what we're building today. So as you guys can see behind me right here, we have 3 boxes. This particular blind does ship in 3 rather heavy boxes. I mean, they're both big boxes are right around 50 kgs, and then you have the blind in the other box. However, I kind of like that because, as you can tell, it's a 6-foot tall blind from the video title and everything. So most of the parts in here are already 6-foot tall. You know, you're not bolting together 3-foot sections to create your 6-foot blind. So it's going to be a lot stronger than it originally would be. Now, the first step to building this blind is having somewhere for you to lay it out. So as you guys can tell right here behind me, this is where I am going to be putting my tower blind. So what I've gone ahead is I've used the chainsaw, trimmed this tree to what I think will work. And then I have gone back through with the weed eater and gotten the ground nice, level, flat, gotten rid of all of the weeds and the crap for this blind to be able to sit. This blind in particular does have some adjustability within the legs of it. I want to say it's 6 inches per leg that you can use to adjust it and level it out on uneven surfaces like this. Hopefully you guys can tell that is a lot taller than that. So we are definitely going to be trying to use the leveling feet on this blind to our advantage here. One thing you do want to think about is there is a set of stairs that is coming off, you know, the back of the blind right here. So you want to make sure you have plenty of room for that. If we need any more trimming, I still have, you know, plenty of debris to trim up right here. However, I didn't want to take too much away. I still wanted to leave some natural cover up here, but we are going to go ahead and get started on building our tower blind. Okay, so right here, the inside of the 2 main boxes, you have your ginormous hardware pack and instructions right here in this one. And then looks like you have 2 of your platform sections in this one, 1 of your platform sections in that one. I believe all of this is stuff for your legs, your platform and everything. And then most of what is inside of here is for the actual structure of the blind. Now, one thing I would like to say is, unfortunately, I am filming this on my phone today, so I will not be able to do all of the cool, you know, shots that I normally do. I was a big dummy and forgot my battery for my camera, so sucks, but we're gonna make do with what we have, and that is our iPhone today. So I'm gonna do my best to record most of this process. However, if I don't, I'll come back and I'll explain it to you. Now, so far within this Guide Gear tower blind, the instructions seem honestly really, really good. They're nice, crystal clear pictures. You can see everything throughout the instructions, and better yet, every single one of the bags of hardware are labeled within these steps as they have it labeled on here. So very good instructions so far from Guide Gear. I've used some of their stuff in the past and it's been just like this before. If I can turn the page here. But as you can tell, like, the instructions are really clear on how they want things done. And so it should be a pretty simple process of getting this all together. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that Guide Gear does not provide any tools to assemble this. So One thing you'll have to remember is to bring your tools. So far, it's looking like everything is an 11 mil bolt, which I'm perfectly fine with. But yeah, that's kind of a big thing. Even if they provide you like, 2 cheap little wrenches, it's something that you don't have to worry about. However, I would highly recommend, bringing your own tools just in case. And I'm glad I did. Otherwise, I would be driving all the way home right now, which I wouldn't be too happy about. So right now I'm going to start getting the platform bolted together. It looks like it's 8 bolts through the platform, and then we have some support bars that we have to have run underneath there. All right, one thing I will say so far is this is probably a 2-person job, not a 1-person job. These bars right here, right there, that go across the bottom, having to reach from here to that nut to tighten it while holding it up, almost impossible. So if you got a buddy, landowner, whoever, to help you out, would definitely help quite a bit with this process. I'm getting it done, it's just not the most enjoyable. So you can do it by yourself, however, just not that fun. So, but so far, I mean, the platform itself is looking really, really good. I got 2 more bars to put on, and then I believe we are moving to the legs. All right, we have the legs on the structure. That was a lot, honestly, but it's pretty solid. I think it's gonna work out great for me. One thing I did mention in the beginning of this video is that I thought the legs on this were adjustable. They are not. So I'm gonna change the position of my blind just a little bit. And I'm actually just gonna go right here, right in front of my food plot. Should work, but the ladder is the adjustable part. The ladder has those feet right there, and those are adjustable. So I'm gonna go ahead, flip this up on end, and then I believe we get the ladder attached to it. Whoo! We are up on top of the platform right here. So was a little bit of a pain to get up here, just with one person, trying to yank it around and get it in place, but we got it done. We got it in place. It's, honestly, really, really stable up here. I'm all the way over on one corner of the platform. I don't have any wobbling or anything. They do provide you with 4 stakes that are about 16 inches long for you to pound into the corners of the bottom feet. So I've done that. I need to get something for the ladder though. I need some kind of stake for that. Ladder's just, it's real close to not touching the ground. So just something to kind of hold it in place, maybe help hold it down. But so far, I am really liking this. I might have to trim this tree right behind me a little more, but overall, this is a solid platform or a deer stand, there's a little give in the expanded mesh, but it's not that bad. But overall, I'm jumping, I'm 250 pounds and there's no creaks or nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead, get on the remainder of the stuff right there. That's all the structure for the blind essentially. And the blind is right there in that. But I'm getting hot, getting sweaty, as you guys can tell. I knew Take 'em TV merch. Yeah, it's going good so far. It's taking me a little longer than I thought, but it's all right. So far, super impressed with the overall build of the tower blind, and I think it's going to work out great for me. So with that, I'm going to get the rest of the stuff up here and start bolting it on. Woo! Okay, that is it. The remainder of the pieces are on. Here, let me climb down and actually show you guys. Gotta go through my deer fence here. And behind me, we have the tower blind. So what I just finished putting up were the supports right here for the actual blind itself right there. So now I'm gonna go ahead, open the box, throw the blind up, and then I believe it's Velcro on here. One thing I have to say so far about this is it's fairly simple to put together and install. The instructions when it comes to putting on this support stuff gets a little confusing, but you just got to look at the pictures really well. The way that they want you to put the basket around is slightly confusing and everything, but it goes together extremely easy. One thing to remember is these are all bolted on here, so you want to make sure the actual head of the bolt is facing outwards so it's not rubbing up against your blind and causing holes. One thing I would like to see them do eventually maybe is give us some sort of caps, as well as for the inside. You guys aren't going to be able to see. Here you go. Give us some sort of cap to put on those right there, because the last thing you need is, you know, to be wearing your $400-500 hunting pants, you know, get snagged and rip them. So just a small thing. If you wanted, you could purchase some vacuum caps and put them on there. It would work just fine. But so far I'm extremely impressed with everything about it. The build of this blind has gone extremely well, and it looks great for, I mean, the price. And for $400 on Sportsman's Guide, if you guys are an inside member, which you should be, it's like $15 for every 3 months or something like that. But $400 for a 6 foot by 6 foot tower blind, I mean, it's kind of unheard of nowadays. So one thing I would, you know, potentially like to do in the future is purchase some sort of kit to where I can actually raise it up a little bit. It would help me out seeing over the timber and stuff behind me. But other than that, like, I'm really impressed with it so far. So let's go ahead, let's get the blind on, and let's see what it looks like. Well, first things first is this blind comes in a really nice bag. I mean, this is some really heavy duty canvas material on here, so that's a bonus. I mean, I just thought it was going to be the blind, but no, it's just a mobile blind and everything. So if you want to take this down, use it as a pop-up blind anywhere you want, you can do that. So okay, there it is. Blind is fully up on the tower. So see, it looks pretty good. The one annoying thing is these Velcro straps that you use to put it on. I mean, you got 4 per side. There's nothing else holding this blind on there. So I might try and figure out another way to attach it. But for right now, that is it. You do have more Velcro straps inside along that inner bar, but it looks pretty good overall. I mean, I'm just gonna walk over here so you guys can see it from a distance. Yeah, it sticks out a little bit, but it's a box blind. They'll do that. So, but overall, I think it looks pretty good. So, pretty happy with it. But I'll show you guys inside, and then this video will be done. Here we have the inside of the tower blind. I mean, looks absolutely great in here. You got silent bungee windows keep everything nice and tight. See-through mesh on 270 degrees of the blind with your big bow windows for shooting out over your nice food plot. So, well, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was very awkward and odd to kind of film for me, but I'm pretty happy with it. And if you guys are interested in the Guide Gear 6-foot tower blind, this is the 6x6 model. I'll have it linked in the description below. I honestly think it's a really good deal for what you get for 400 bucks. There's a lot that you can do with this to improve it and everything, like put foam down here on the ground, just so that way you don't have cold air rising up and everything, make it a little quieter in here. But overall, I think this is a really good deal for what you get. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll freaking see you later. Peace.